What's up guys, some pretty exciting stuff dropped in the 1.6 reveal livestream and just wanted to go over it. Before that, please consider subscribing to the channel for more Honkai content and drop a like if you enjoyed this video. Alright, to kick you off, the two new featured units dropping in 1.6 will be Ruin Mei and Dr. Ratio, which was already confirmed through the drip marketing. Ruin Mei being an Ice Harmony character and Dr. Ratio being the Imaginary Hunt character. We are also getting a new 4-star, Jue Yi being a Quantum Destruction character. Now for the first banner of the patch, it will be Ruin Mei along with Blade having his first rerun banner, and thankfully the 4-stars are pretty stacked for those two banners being Tingyun, March and the new 4-star Jue Yi. Moving on to Ruin Mei's kit, a character that a lot of players have been hyping up. Starting with the skill, it will increase the weakness break efficiency of the enemies by a certain percentage that was not disclosed on the stream, but it essentially allows you to break the shield on enemies a lot quicker in the battle. The second effect coming from the skill now, similarly to Bronya, Ruin Mei will provide a damage bonus to her allies with her skill. It's an entire team damage bonus, so this kind of just blows Bronya's skill out of the park since it's for the entire team along with increasing the weakness break efficiency. Now with Bronya, you would use the damage bonus skill to of course increase the damage dealt from the main DPS, but now with Ruin Mei, since she will be able to provide the damage bonus to the entire team, it allows a team consisting of a main DPS and a sub DPS to be a lot more viable. To really make the most out of Ruin Mei's skill, I believe that this is the route you would want to go with, and it seems like a more fun team composition as you'll be consisting of two hard hitting characters. Just as long as you have a solid solo sustainer, it seems like a great team comp to run. Now Ruin Mei's ult, she provides to the entire team once again an all type resistance penetration buff. So essentially it doesn't matter what elements are on the units you are running, they will be able to deal additional elemental penetration damage to the enemies. So far she seems like a great contender for the #1 spot as the best support in the game, and she is just enabling the team to deal a lot of damage. Finally, moving on to her technique, it simply allows Ruin Mei's skill to activate the moment you enter the battle, which is amazing as it allows for more skill point efficiency. The second part to her technique now being a bit unique. When an ally attacks an enemy in a simulated universe after Ruin Mei uses a technique, you are essentially able to inflict weakness from the ally you attack with regardless of the element the enemy is weak to. If an enemy is only weak to lightning and quantum, after using Ruin Mei's skill, Jing Liu could inflict ice weakness onto enemies. So Ruin Mei would be great to use in simulated universe. The second banner of the update now would be Dr. Ratio along with Kafka having her first rerun. However, the 4-stars on both of these banners are questionable, being Sushang, Natasha and Hook, which aren't the greatest and not the most sought after at this point in the game. Now this is where I can see Honkai Star Rail being Hoyoverse's favourite game. They are actually giving Dr. Ratio, a brand new featured 5-star character, for free. Genshin Impact players, including myself, would only dream about this happening on Genshin for the Annie. We are not even at the Annie and we are getting a free 5-star character. Bear in mind, this character is nothing to scoff at either. He is going to be free to claim from the mailbox as Honkai Star Rail won the Mobile Game of the Year award. Genshin also won this award back in the day and gave us a free temple. Great stuff. Moving swiftly on, Dr. Ratio's kit. Kicking off with his skill, he will be dealing single target damage to an enemy. Pretty standard. Now the technique is entwined with the skill. The more debuffs the enemy have, the more of a chance Dr. Ratio will launch a follow-up attack right after his skill. Now the ultimate. The doc will deal damage to a single enemy and inflict them with a debuff. Every time an enemy is attacked by an ally, Dr. Ratio will deal his follow-up attack on the enemy that was inflicted with the debuff. Now I can see this ultimate being good against bosses, but for small mobs, that debuff that allows Doc to use his follow-up attack will kind of go to waste as they will just get one shot from the ult. There could be some good synergy with Dr. Ratio and Topaz as well, since he is a follow-up attack unit somewhat. And finally, the technique. This will allow Dr. Ratio to taunt the enemy by placing down the statue and a small field around the statue. If you attack an enemy in that created field, there will be a chance to reduce the enemy speed. So overall, Dr. Ratio is looking like a solid imaginary hunt character that will be free, so it will help a lot of players, including myself, fill in that imaginary DPS role. That is quite rare as it is currently just Welt and Imbiber to Lune. In terms of rerun banners being Blade and Kafka, I'll be real, you probably have made up your mind on something for them. Kafka is slightly better in value for me since she is the staple for dot team comps. Blade is a good DPS, but of course there are stronger ones. You would only summon for him really for his design, which is still pretty cool. Banners aside now, we are getting a free temple because the devs are just that generous, which is getting me pretty hyped for the anniversary. But I can't keep my hopes that high since anything could happen and we somehow might get the Genshin treatment. Just hoping though we could get a 5-star selector for Danny. After this update, anything is really possible. We are also getting double relic drops in the simulated universe, and finally the Forgotten Hall auto clear function, which is going to really come in clutch in saving time for those early floors. Overall, 1.6 is looking like an amazing update. Ruin May being the first banner and potentially the best support in the game, the return of Blade and the Queen Kafka, a free copy of Doctor Ratio, a free multi, and the skip function for the Forgotten Hall. So it is pretty safe to say it will be a stacked update that I personally cannot wait for. I would definitely recommend, for what has been revealed so far, to consider picking up Ruin May, as she is going to be limited and will likely be broken as hell. So if you are going to summon, best of luck of course, and for those who are going to summon for Doctor Ratio, you are eating good for sure. Well, that's all guys, hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel for more Honkai content and drop a like. Also, leave a comment on what you are looking forward to the most in 1.6. And yeah, hope to catch you guys later.